Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Today we are going to be looking at a water culture rescue I started killing back in 2020. This is when I started doing orchid care, but not to fear. Water culture is here. I really love water culture, given a beautiful vase or just a makeshift container. It's something about WC that I just love. Two good roots have grown on this one. I just labeled it No ID Water Culture number 1. It's been so long I don't even know what the colors were. I have a water culture number 2, which is coming up in the next video. The fuzziness on this bottom section of the root is normal, but the snowy white gunk is not. However, it's just a tiny bit, so I don't worry about it. But on to the fun part and the whole reason why I made this video. The focus will be on pulling off the dead skin from old leaves, much like my rootless inverted orchid that was in my previous video. Now for a little explanation of why we'll pull off this dead skin is, of course, we want new roots to grow. Pulling that away will allow those roots less of a barrier to have to push through. Look how thick that is. Gotta provide a path of least resistance. I've been fortunate enough to grow the roots I have, as well as these air roots, but they are stagnating. As you can see, the green tip has receded in, which means it will not lengthen, but that doesn't mean it won't continue ever to grow longer, but this segment has stopped. To date, there's 4 leaves that have yellowed and fallen off. As you can see, I've lost a few prior, so I cut the stem plus the dead leaves off. This is dangerous territory that we're getting into because mold is starting to creep in, and so everything must go. Don't come for me because these leaves are horribly dirty. I know it's important to keep them clean, but nobody comes out there with soapy water and wipes them off in the jungle. They look how they gonna look. I usually just check for bugs, because these little fuzziness kind of looks like mealy bugs, and I just keep it moving. There's a new leaf, so if they're growing, then they're happy. There's a root that grew between a leaf before that leaf died, probably because roots around the stem couldn't break through. And like in Jurassic Park, if there's a will, there's a way. I can't wait to find out what's back there. While I was running my trap, I should have been soaking the area so it'd be soft and easier to pull back. But we're gonna make it do what it do with a whoop whoop and a boop boop. Okay? Moving on to the fun part. This is pretty cut and dry. I really enjoyed the process of looking inside, and I am advocating for this practice in recovering orchids. We look to YouTube for advice in what to do to care for them, but we all must crawl before we walk. I say this in my other videos. Please do not feel bad about your orchid dying. At the end of the day, they are just plants. This is supposed to be fun and or therapeutic. You'll start figuring out your own personal environment and what it needs to make an orchid thrive. A lot of the times we will get attached or see so much progress, then all of a sudden things go left. Prime example, this orchid that has been on the road to recovery for 2 years now. I started back in 2020. It's amazing how many leaves grew, but barely any roots did. But now I see why. Although this one was not as rewarding as my inverted was there was some unearthed growth, and the end all be all is there will be more of an opportunity for things to happen, among other factors that depend on the time of the year and the changes I've made in their environment, aka their grow space.
2,000 years later.
I really debated on cutting this part of the process out from the video. Even while editing, I was psyched to see it again. I don't know if anyone else is or does enjoy it. Please let me know in the comments what you think. When I watch other orchid channels, I like to see everything. How they did it, if it worked, what it looked like before, what it looked like after, just everything. Especially with the rescues and rootless orchids. I'll be scrounging around for supplies, trying out what they did. Bringing it back to the orchid, I've cut back a lot, and as of right now, one of the spikes, and I'm gonna get to the other one, and I'll take off a little more of the stem. I actually don't have any more to add right now. Showcasing progress from here and hoping to share some root growth later. I already got a new leaf, but some more roots is what I'm hoping for. Fast forward, I actually dropped this orchid, like straight up plopped her out of her chair. I roughed up some of her roots, but she'll be alright. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. For listening to me blab. Give me a like or a comment or something.
Help me, I'm poor.
I love that movie. Was watching it last night. Well, I'm going to sign off here. I have another one of these videos to do. This is my first one of 2, and I will let you guys go. Please be safe and have a most wonderful day, friends. Bye.